NAT vs RIP Linksys, detailed explanation. Today, let's delve into the differences between NAT, Network Address Translation, and RIP, Routing Information Protocol, especially in the context of Linksys routers. 1. NAT, Network Address Translation. Purpose: NAT is primarily responsible for assigning public IP addresses to devices within a private network. It ensures security and efficient utilization of IP addresses. Functionality: translation. NAT translates private IP addresses, used within the LAN, to public IP addresses, visible on the Internet. Restriction: it limits the maximum number of IP addresses that can be assigned to an organization or company. Private range: NAT often uses IP addresses within the private range, such as 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. Effect on network: when using NAT, multiple devices within your LAN must have access to the local network, LAN. Linksys router setting: in Linksys routers, enabling NAT is the default setting when the router hosts your network's connection to the Internet. It restricts dynamic routing. Use case: NAT is commonly used for home networks and small businesses. 2. RIP, Routing Information Protocol. Purpose: RIP is a dynamic routing protocol that allows routers to adjust to changes in the network layout and exchange routing tables. Functionality: dynamic routing. RIP dynamically routes packets from one network to another based on the fewest hops between source and destination. Automatic adjustment: it adapts to physical network changes, example router failures, by updating routing tables. Effect on network: when using RIP, you don't need a separate network router, the router finds the default gateway. Linksys router setting: disabling NAT enables dynamic routing, RIP, in Linksys routers. You can build your own routing table or let RIP discover routes. Use case: RIP is suitable for larger networks where routers need to adapt to topology changes. 3. Configuration: if you disable NAT, your router acts more like a switch, forwarding data between LAN and WAN without address translation. If you enable RIP, the router dynamically adjusts routes based on network changes. Remember that these protocols serve different purposes. NAT focuses on IP address translation and security, while RIP handles dynamic routing. Choose the one that best suits your network requirements. If you're connecting to the Internet, NAT is usually the right choice. If you're linking internal networks, consider RIP or other dynamic routing protocols.